Welcome to Jamie's Vinyl Hideaway on location here at my lovely assistant's Great Eye Finds bar. Let me have a little sip.
So what is Great Eye Finds exactly?
Great Eye Finds is a vintage online store on Instagram run by my lovely assistant.
So that would mean it's at Great Eye Finds. That would be the handle, the Instagram handle is at
For
Great
you,
Eye Finds.
yeah, for you Instagram,
Fanatics.
people that know how to do that. Great Eye Finds, yeah, from vintage and postmodern, mid-century modern stuff.
Very good.
Today, here at the Great Eye Finds headquarters, we are going to do songs that should not have been covered. Now, we all have a lot of opinions on songs that should not have been covered.
Controversial.
Some people will even say that some songs should not be covered, and I don't subscribe to that. But there are some songs that shouldn't have been covered by certain people. And when you think of songs that shouldn't have been covered by certain people in the rock and roll world, who do you think of? Well, stop thinking right now. I'll tell you who you're thinking of. You're thinking of Pat Boone. Yeah, Pat Boone.
Ooh.
Nice guy, Pat Boone, and let's just face, who was doing, Little Richard, covers in 1958? Pat Boone.
In that jacket.
Yeah, and a different jacket he had back then. But, back in the 50s, the white audience, or at least people thought that the white audience wasn't ready for the new rock and roll sounds by black artists like Little Richard. And so Pat Boone did some covers, right? Not exactly the kind of, good golly Miss Molly I want to hear, but hey, Pat Boone also did a full cover album of heavy metal hard rock songs in a swing band format. Yeah, oh yeah, including No More Mr. Nice Guy by Alice Cooper. So Pat ain't all that bad if he can do that. But let's see how he does with Kalijah. Hank Williams' Kalijah.
So she could never answer yes or no.
Here we go.
Well, he always wore his Sunday feathers and held a tomahawk. The maiden wore her beads and braids and hoped someday he'd talk. Kalijah, too stubborn to ever show a sign. Because his heart was.
This is sounding pretty good so far, right? I mean, not so bad.
I'm not rocking out the Kalijah.
Listen to this.
He never got a kiss. He don't know what he missed. Well, is it any wonder that his face is red? Kalijah, that poor old wooden head.
All right, so he lost me there. But
I don't know
hey,
why.
It was a noble attempt, but it probably shouldn't have been done.
You know what's number one on my list of songs that should never be covered?
Never?
And I think you know. We talked about this in our recent 15-hour times 2 30-hour road trip.
Yeah.
That freaking Faith Hill decided to do...
Yeah, Piece of My Heart. But that song in itself...
No one should cover that song. No
Janis
one.
Joplin, Big Brother and the Holding Company covered that song.
Well,
And they had a great little version of it.
right.
And had they not covered that song, we'd still be looking for the R&B version.
But that became the iconic version of that song.
Right, but it was a cover.
Well, I didn't know that it was a cover.
They're all covers.
But certainly
All those
Faith
great
Hill
songs.
knew that she was covering it.
Well,
and she should not
Yeah,
have
well, I
done.
wouldn't have Faith Hill on vinyl. But how was Kalijah supposed to sound? Well, it just so happens I've got a
Oh, I don't know.
little EP here by Hank Williams. I'll show you the cover if I can find it in a minute. But here's the little 45 on MGM Records.
Oh, it's pretty.
Yeah, right?
That's a pretty label.
Yeah, here
Yeah.
the MGM yellow label.
And look, I have a turntable.
And this is the, look at the record. Look at, oh, it's got like a pink pant. What is that on the back?
You said that was an EP?
Yeah, it's an EP. It's got 2 songs on it. Actually, it's got 2 45s in it. And each 45 has 2 songs on each side. So it's like, there's 8 songs. And it's like a little album, you know. But anyway, a big hit for Hank Williams in 1953. So let's see what it was supposed to sound like. Let's see, we hope I get it in there.
Oh, I'm sure.
Perfect!
Oh, of course.
Now that is more like it.
Elijah was a wooden Indian standing by the door. He fell in love with an Indian maid over in the antique store. Elijah just stood there and never let it show, so she could never answer yes or no. He always wore his Sunday feathers and held a Tommy Hawk. The maiden wore her beads and braids and
Now,
hoped
some might
someday
think that this is a politically incorrect song. Because wooden Indians used to be a thing in stores in the day.
because his heart was made of knotted pine.
Okay, here's the chorus.
Poor old Elijah, he never got a kiss.
No horn section, no corny backing vocals.
Is any wonder that his face is red? Elijah, that poor old wooden head.
I much
fiddle,
prefer the fiddle
right?
to the horns.
All right.
Yeehaw!
That was when country was country.
Elijah was a lonely Indian.
All right. So, what is this song really about? About wooden Indian figures? No, what it's really about, or what I've heard someone say it's really
That was a
about,
love story.
is about men's inability to show their emotion and
Right.
to act on it.
To act like a wooden Indian.
Right, and the wooden Indian, he
Was a
he
symbol.
never said anything to the maiden across the street, and then one day they up and they take the maiden away, and Kalijah's left alone.
It's a fable.
It's a very sad story, actually. I always felt bad for Kalijah. And somehow I knew that song as a kid. It was just like, that back there on Long Island, we knew Kalijah somehow.
Well, the fact
And it wasn't because
yeah.
of Pat Boone did it,
Well, that's what music does, right?
So, what is besides the Piece of My Heart, which we didn't bring the Faith Hill vinyl to,
I don't have that vinyl, mercifully.
do you have any suggestions on songs that should not have been covered?
Well, actually, I do. It's funny that you would ask, but convenient that you would ask.
Oh, you got it?
I'd like to hand you this
Oh.
vinyl that I
Oh, look at
acquired at a record show.
Sergio Mendes and Brazil 66. Now, I can't
Yes.
tell you how many of these Sergio Mendes albums I have come across and not purchased.
Well, I purchased it on your behalf because I knew
So-
we would do this show one day.
So what possessed you to, well, let me see. Oh, The Look of Love.
I
As a
didn't-
cover of a Dusty Springfield song.
Well, I hate to disappoint you, but that's not why I purchased that.
And it's not the song we're going to talk about, because he does a rather good version of The Look of Love.
Well, there are 2 reasons why I purchased that lovely work. One
Yeah,
is the really cute guy on the album cover with
Oh,
the
this guy?
aviators. No, the guy with the
This-
aviators.
this guy?
Because he reminded
Oh,
me.
Aviator? Oh,
Yeah.
the glasses?
Yeah, he reminded me of Patrick from Hullabaloo. Now you know how old I am because I watched Hullabaloo.
Hullabaloo.
Yeah, there was a guy named Patrick on Hullabaloo,
okay.
and he looked a lot like that. Had the Beetle Bowl haircut. But anyway, the second reason was
What?
there is a Lennon McCartney song
A Lennon and McCartney.
that
Were they
you
a duo
that you might know.
back in the day?
Yeah, absolutely. What?
What song would that be? Oh, I know.
Made famous by Joe Cocker. I would
With a
say.
little help, we didn't get to that yet. With a little help from my friends.
And that, I had never heard Sergio Mendes do it, but when I saw that it was on there, I was like, I have to have this, and it was worth.
on the
it
brown A&M label.
Was, yeah, and it
This
was.
is Herb Alpert's label, by the way. A&M.
I have some Herb Alpert vinyl.
And yeah, Herb Alpert.
I don't know why, but I do.
Big thing in the 60s. So with a little help from me friends, where am I going to find? Oh,
It's
luckily
track
it's
one.
Oh, this isn't. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's
It was
a rough
it was
shape.
$4. Don't judge me.
$4. You paid $3 too much. But okay. Well, let's see if we can.
Well, that's kind of nasty.
Get-
Right? And judgmental. Stop it. You don't know that. And if it crackles a little bit, it just makes me feel all warm and fuzzy about.
But not this particular song.
Not really, no.
Right. By the way, with a little help from the friends on the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album,
Oh, yeah, it's on there.
which I got a nice little version of. Oh, I even got the sleeve.
Oh, isn't that beautiful?
Yeah. Oh, wait, what comes with the sleeve? While we're talking about,
A sweater.
it's got little cutouts.
Oh,
Little
I never
cutouts.
knew that.
Yeah, I got the original cutouts, man. Yeah, that's good. That's some good stuff.
So, I feel like this should never have been covered just because when it's perfect, it's perfect.
Well,
Just-
wait, it's perfect when Ringo Starr does it on that album, you saying?
Yeah.
Really? Because I think, well, we'll get to that in a minute. Let's get a little bit of
Listen.
Sergio Mendes.
Listen, we know from the get-go with this show, what we're talking about is very controversial and opinionated.
Yes,
Right? So we don't
Do we have
expect
some-
that everyone will agree.
right.
You asked me why I bought that album, and this is my pick for don't cover this song.
Here, well, let's see if the audience agrees.
I think you have it on the wrong speed.
Oh! That's a fast version, huh? I was digging that. All right, let's hear it again. I'm 33.
Yeah, no, for a minute I thought, you know what, it's better than I remember.
Oh, here we go.
There you go.
What will you do if I sang?
Oh, yeah.
They sound like the Fifth Dimension
Right? Yeah, it's around, yeah.
with a bossa nova beat. You now get funky. He likes it.
What do I do when my love is away?
Do we need to hear more? This
Not
kind of
really.
goes on like this for another 2.5 minutes. Could you imagine?
I listen to it all the time.
Good. Really? All right. Now, when I think of a little help from my friends, I think Joe Cocker.
It's okay. Yeah, it's
A
good.
little help from my friends. Now, your Beatle fans are going to really get angry when I say this, but this is one of the few covers that's actually better than the Beatles song.
I do not agree.
Yeah, I know. And in the Beatles song, Joe Cocker doing this is, yeah, no, you don't get much better than that.
Classic
And I'm not a huge Joe Cocker fan, but come on.
much admired.
Much
However,
admired.
I prefer the Beatles
Joe
version.
Cocker.
This is where it is. It just becomes very
very
objective.
But where did
subjective.
you hear? Where was the Joe Cocker's version of his live version on the Woodstock album? It's just like it was like the highlight of the movie practically. Nice little triple album set on Cotillion Records.
Oh, imagine what it's going to be like to live near that venue.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because we're getting a house in the Catskill Mountains, not too far from Bethel, New York.
I'm excited.
Anyhow, Sergio Mendes, a very talented guy, did some great stuff, sold a lot of records, but
So
really
good point.
not my thing.
Right, but good
You know.
point. When you asked me why I bought the record, you just automatically assumed it was for the look of love.
Well, because that sounds good, that song. Once listening to it.
Right, because that was their thing.
Yeah, right.
And
but
they stayed in their lane, but then they went out of their lane, and that's what
stay in your lane,
Stay in
people.
your
Stay in your
lane.
lane.
I stay in my
That boy's
lane.
got his lane. Stay in it. Joe Cocker, his lane.
And again, this
Went
is just
wherever
our
he wanted
opinion,
to.
and what we'd
Yeah.
be very interested in
Is what?
is what you think.
What do you think? What songs do you think should not have been covered?
Because we'd like to do more of these.
And we'd like to do maybe even the best covers ever. Some bands are just like, you know, their cover songs are so good you don't even know they're covers.
And we've
Right?
talked about
You know,
this. Like
we did talk about that.
Yeah.
You know.
Hallelujah, good example.
Right. How many more versions of that song do you need? 0.
Shameless, good example.
Shameless.
And I've got the vinyl for both of those, so
Oh,
we'll
really?
get to that.
Right. So if anybody wants to hear the bad versions of those songs, Lori's.
No, the best versions
Oh,
of
the
those
good
songs.
versions of those songs. We have them.
I know what Leonard Cohen said.
Well, we're going to talk about them. Yeah. So anyway, that was it. That was
That's it?
Songs that, yeah, that's it. Just
All
2
right.
songs.
So now,
Couple artists.
just, shameless
what?
self-promotion. I'm
What?
going to just
yeah.
close up of my table lighter collection.
Oh, a table.
Yeah. You see the thing hanging on the wall, the retro mirror item there? I have a collection of table lighters because that's my thing. And weird decanters. Got them up there. And bowling pins. But
Bowling pins.
if you have a vintage item that you like to procure, I'm a procurement specialist. Vintage.
Right, so what do you want? You know, some glassware, you know,
Check
from
me
the
out
60s?
at Great Eye Finds.
At Great Eye Finds.
Shameless promotion.
But in the
whatever.
meantime, look for at Jamie's Vinyl Hideaway there
Oh,
on
that too.
Instagram too. You know, I have dozens of followers on Instagram. And anyway, so subscribe. You know, share this with your friends. You know, make some comments. What songs do you think should never have been covered? Maybe I have them. We could talk about them on a future show.
Yeah, please let us know because we might even have the vinyl.
I hope so. And if it's good, yeah, I hope I have it. But we might disagree. So we could, I'll play the best covers ever. But
Let me do that.
any suggestions, let us know here at Jamie's Vinyl Hideaway.
On location.
On location here at Great Eye Finds. We'll be back in the dungeon, in the hideaway next time. Later, man. Move it.